I am speaking to the legend that is Colin Jackson. So he is one of Great Britain's legendary hurdler, a multiple gold medalist and world record holder, and a broadcaster. He's an Olympic silver medalist, a gold medalist in the World Champions. He set 7 European, 8 Commonwealth, 9 UK records for the 110 hurdles. He's a former world record holder in Stuttgart, and he is the current world indoor record holder for 7.30 seconds in Sindelfingen, I don't know how you pronounce that, 1994. Following his retirement, he's now part of the BBC Sports production, and he continues to cover athletics from all over. Olympics, major athletic events, Olympic Games, London, Rio, Athens. He has co-hosted the BBC One live morning show Sunday Live for its duration during 2008, and has also filmed The Truth About You for BBC One. He has traced his roots in a moving episode of BBC One's highly acclaimed Who Do You Think You Are, and dazzled us all with his dancing skills on Strictly Come Dancing, and was thrilled to make it by the public vote into the final. More recently, he has honed his ice skating skills for ITV's Dancing on Ice Goes Gold, and has appeared in the BBC's 24 Hours in the Past. He works closely with Sport Relief, where he is a member of the steering panel, and is also an inspiration ambassador for UNICEF, as well as founding and fronting the Go Dad Run campaign for prostate cancer. 2014 also saw him take over the role of race director for Red Bull Wings for Life events worldwide. And more recently, he was seen in Panorama, where he investigated eating disorders amongst athletes, elite athletes. Welcome, Colin Jackson. How lovely to have you on my show.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm tired, I'm exhausted listening to all the stuff that I've done. I can't believe I've done it.
and I cut quite a lot out of your bio because I don't want to be just reading your bio. Yeah, you have amazing, glittering life that you have had.
But I think that's really fortunate. I mean, it's been very interesting journey finding about myself, about my past, about history, looking really into science programs and understanding how I achieved some of the things that I achieved. And yeah, it's been quite diverse, and I've thoroughly enjoyed every element of it, working alongside many charities as well, and understanding how people suffer through their lives in different ways. Well, a Wednesday for me is very different to a Wednesday for somebody else, and so when I see how it goes, and I'm lucky enough to feel the experience and hear many stories from different people, yeah, I appreciate life, put it that way. Good. Very much.
The first question that I always ask everyone who comes onto the show, because we are called Unbroken, the podcast, is what does that word unbroken mean to you?
Well, unbroken means to me, it's some elements of you or of anything that doesn't need fixing. Mm-hmm. So it's absolutely consistent and solid right the way through. But human beings are human beings, and I know for a fact that unbroken can never be an adjective I use to describe any element of my life.
When you investigated eating disorders, a kind of secret that goes on in the world of athletics amongst elite athletes, and you talked a little bit about your own story of your struggles with anorexia, which then turned into bulimia.
Which is really awful to say that, because, I wish I knew what I know now and I could advise the younger self, lots of people say exactly the same thing, but I truly believe that. What happened to me was that real sense of first of all, it was false information that I was receiving. So what had happened, I started to lose a little bit of weight and my performance started to improve. The key for that is I never wanted to take drugs in the world of sport, but I felt I was getting an advantage by getting a little bit slimmer.
And where did that thought process come from? Did somebody suggest it to you, or you just came?
No, weight power ratio. That's what it was. That's a scientific equation that is accurate. Weight power, you lose your weight and you have the same amount of physicality ability, then you're going to push out that performance a little bit stronger. And that's what happened. And you touched on one of the reasons why I kind of got a little bit extreme, because I was obsessive about my performance. And I first of all realized that, okay, if I lose this much weight, I will do this type of, I'll get this percentage of improvement. And then that kind of steered on to go a little bit further, where you go, well, then if I try this, will it go a little bit better? And that's exactly what happened. It kind of just crept up on me to the extent where I stopped eating properly. I mean, I was surviving on 750 calories, 800 calories a day. And I was a professional athlete who was burning most probably nearly 4,000 calories a day.
What is that, like a fifth of what you need, a quarter of what you need?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things you didn't see in the Panorama show is when I went to a dietitian and they put out to me the amount of food that I needed to eat to sustain a healthy training, training weight, training abilities, energies, for what I was doing when I gave my training schedule. And I was literally, when I pointed out to her how much I was eating of all what she put out on the table, she herself couldn't believe it, that I had achieved so much with so little. But then it gets destructive because your body doesn't like it, you know, obviously. And I started to get illnesses that were kind of related to that, you know, the fatigue syndrome that you go picking up viruses quite easily and quite quickly. And one of the things I didn't realize was something that was linked to eating disorders was a lack of sleep.
Yes.
Now, I didn't sleep at all well. I mean, my training group, and this may sound bizarre, I remember my training group was going to bed at 10:30 in the evening. And then when they all went to bed, I was cleaning the house because I was awake. So I clean all the house and I sit down at about midnight to watch some TV. And then they would all come out into the living room at about 3 a.m. I haven't gone to bed. And then I go to bed at 5 o'clock and be up at 8 o'clock and then continue with the training.
So it's not just a lack of energy, there's no food in you and there's no sleep, which is when we restore our cells and our bodies.
Exactly.
You're literally running on empty.
I was running completely down and empty. And I'll be honest, Madeleine would go, yes, I'm not so sure about this, Colin, but I was always grumpy. I was always grumpy. And that, of course, again, exactly. It was then directly linked to my intake of food, which was obviously not enough. And then when you were treating yourself, when we go out for dinners with the group, etc., the first stop for me after I'd finished eating was straight to the bathroom to throw up, because I was so obsessed about not putting a single morsel of food in my mouth or it staying in my body. And that went on literally till I retired.
And I know you said that you didn't speak about it. Were you aware yourself what you were doing?
Yes, I was aware. I was very aware. And I knew that it was one of the reasons why I was getting ill. But at that stage, I had no confidence in what else I could do. But now I think what the program has certainly done is given people like her now the real strength to go on forward and approach anybody that she sees in that particular way. And because now there's a reference point. You know, I think the program, that Panorama documentary has given people a real reference point. So if they say to them, look, I think that you need to check something out, and they go, wah, just check the program. Have a listen to this, and it'll explain the reason why, and then come back and have a word with me. And that may be, you know, because we didn't have a reference point. If there was a program like this, maybe my life would have been very different.
Yeah, you might have spoken up. And what do you think about the image that we give for men? Because I noticed from a woman's point of view, especially during lockdown, all the adverts that have come up on my feed, reduce your tummy fat, get fitter, do this. And for guys, get that six pack, get ripped, get this. So it's constant messages about your image and what you look like and how to change your body. And, you know, if your body's not good, then you're not good enough. And it's image, image, image all the time.
And this is for people with life experience and sense. So I'm talking about our age group, and we understand a lot along the way. Can you imagine getting this information bombarded at you when you're 16, 17, 18, 19, and you're still very impressionable? It's not very positive. It's not positive in my opinion. I think what we should be doing is creating an image of having a healthier lifestyle. Now, you know me, I go out for nice, long, leisurely walks. I will do that, enjoy. It's incredible. So let's look at your lifestyle more than really focus on how you physically look.